Welcome to Fly Palmy Arena in Palmerston North for Super Sunday and what will kick off the 2018 Premiership. With me to chat all three matches is a legend in herself, Irene van Dyke. Irene, the first match, it was the Mystics up against the Steel. Many are already writing the Steel off, saying, they're only going to come in about 6. Well, what a turnaround for the Steel. They came away with the win 55-47. What was the difference?
The shooters were incredibly accurate and they played as a team. They supported one another. When they got turnover ball, they secured it and they scored it.
They did, and they mixed up their shooters though, didn't they? They started with Jen O'Connell, who's one of the tallest in this league. We can see here it's Pia Selby-Ricketts. She finished the game as a player of the match performance. What was it? What is it about these two that made it so hard to stop? Because the Mystics' defence, they're pretty formidable.
Absolutely. They had a very, very strong defensive lineup. But with O'Connell, it's a revelation. She is so young and she is so strong, and she didn't shy away from any physicality, and she was incredibly accurate.
And they brought on Bates at goal attack, which provided, that faster moving circle in the second half as well. For the Mystics, surprised that they didn't push the Steel. In fact, we were picking them to beat the Steel before the match.
It's disappointing. I expected more. Obviously, they didn't get as much turnover ball as what they were hoping for. And, unfortunately, the ball has to go through the hoop to count, and it didn't happen. With shooting percentages like that, you are not going to win.
Yes, unfortunately, Bailey Mess again struggling under the hoop. But someone that didn't struggle under the hoop was Tia Maria Amani. She was awesome when she came on in that second half, really anchoring the Mystics in at goal shooter.
She provided something completely different. She is not your flash shooter. She does what she needs to do. She's strong. She creates space. She pops when she needs to. She holds when she needs to. And she has this, the ability to grab a rebounds when it's needed. And that is what she did especially well.
The Mystics, they'll walk away from the match thinking we have got a bit to work on, but the structure's there. Well, looking ahead to the second match of the day, it was the Pulse up against the Magic. The Pulse, they were the victors, 45-33, led right from the start by example, Katrina Grant. She was influential from the first whistle. She just looked energised, didn't she?
Yeah, I think it was really nice for them to get back into, after such a long pre-season, for them to actually start to play against proper opposition. Grant has obviously played fabulous netball. She's very well supported by Fitzpatrick, and that whole defensive unit worked really, really well, and they looked after one another.
Yeah, Claire Kirsten was pretty great too in its centre. Well, for the Magic, it wasn't all doom and gloom. The usual suspect, Casey Kopua, wow, she came out for intercept. She was talking to her side the whole time. She really kept her side in it for a good portion of the match. How did she do that?
She spiked a few balls too, which was quite nice to see again. The thing with Kopua, she drives all the way to the transverse line. So other than defence, she is very much part of their attacking third. She keeps the players calm. She keeps it, and she leads by example.
Yeah, but you've got to admit, don't you, for the Magic, they're missing Lenise Potgieter. She's still out injured, but I think she'll make a significant difference when she comes back into the side, hopefully soon. And in the last game of the round, we picked it to be a good one, and my goodness, it was. It went into overtime with the Tactics winning by 1 against the Stars, 61-60. Well, another young player. We've talked about a number of them throughout today. Kimi Orapoi, she has been a real find for this Tactics team.
What a way to finish the night. She is, yes, I am so excited for the future of netball in New Zealand because we've got such incredible young players. Poi, again, the finesse on the ball, the way she puts her shooters into perfect position, the way she attacks the circle, the way she defends. She is definitely a defensive centre. And, she just looks after her shooters. She makes them look good.
It was an interesting match, wasn't it? Because the Tactics, they had a good first quarter. Then it was all about the Stars. Tactics pulling it back in that last quarter. For me, the difference for the Stars in that second quarter was the introduction of Paula Griffin. She shot well. She combined well with Maya Wilson. She's a crafty, knowledgeable player, isn't she?
Paula has all the knowledge in the world. She's been around the block a few times. She's played for, I think, most of the franchises. And this was the first time that I actually saw Paula play with confidence. She was out there for a reason. She was out there to show what she's got. She's worked incredibly hard to be where she is at the moment, and she combines so well with Maya Wilson.
Yeah, and she'll be a bit heartbroken about that finish. It was just a bit of a miscommunication between the Stars, but she can hold herself high. She played a great match. So if we look at all the results from today's matches, again, we reiterate, it is the Steel surprise winners 55-47 over the Mystics. The Pulse, many are picking as this year's champions 45-33, before the Stars and the Tactics battled it out in overtime 60-61. The great thing is there is even more netball to come in this first round. The Pulse are up against the Steel here again in Palmerston North tomorrow night, and the round is finished with the Mystics versus the Tactics on Wednesday. Well, we're exhausted. What a day of netball, but what an exciting day of netball. Great to see all the teams back out there. But that's it. That's all we've got for you tonight. Again, that last match, it topped it all off. It was overtime match, 60-61, Stars 2 down, to the Tactics.